Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie, and one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Your teen requested a ride, but this time not from you. It's through their Uber teen account. You drive your teenager around, a lot, to their friend Jacob's house, their other friend Jake's house, to James's, to Jaden's, to Jalen's, to...
Mom? This is Jake's house, not Jacob's.
Now with an Uber teen account, your teen can request a ride under your supervision. They'll ride with a highly rated driver, and with live trip tracking, you'll follow along the whole ride to their friends' houses that all sound the same. Add your teen to your Uber account today. See app for details.
Bye, Mom.
As far as the critters, that's news to me.
It's news to you, but...
News to me, they're critters. That's news to me.
Did you ever text them that there's no...
That we had at raccoons upstairs.
They said they could get in. Believe me, I have a...
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Did she ever mention critters or
No,
never?
She mentioned they can get in.
This is the plaintiff, Nia Taylor. She says she rented a duplex apartment from the defendants, and the place had a damaged gutter, which allowed critters to get into the attic. Those things made a racket all night long. They became sleep-deprived, and the defendants did nothing about it. She moved out. The defendants have invented bogus damages, and she's suing for the return of the $683.70 she's owed. These are the defendants, Donald Anderson and his son William Taylor. Donald says the plaintiff broke her lease and moved out. As required by the law, they sent an itemized list of damages to the duplex the plaintiff caused. She disagrees with their calculations, and here they are. Bottom line, they're pretty sure they have an ironclad case today. They're accused of fixing nothing.
All parties, please use your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Taylor, you are here on behalf of Ms. Sampson, who is your...
Mother.
Okay, as well. So you're suing Donald Anderson and William Taylor, who are the owners, former landlords of yours, because they've withheld all this money from your deposit that you think is inappropriate.
Yes.
How long were you living there?
2 years.
And were there problems during the time that you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of problems?
It's a list of problems. It started once, probably like 1 month after we moved in. The gutter had failed, and it hanged for a while before he even took it down. And then once he took it down, he never even replaced it. It just was without a gutter the whole 2 years we was there.
Okay, you've helpfully taken a video of the gutter.
That's the initial video that we sent once it failed, because it was a loud noise. And we went outside, and this is what we seen, so we sent it to Don.
Did they ever fix it?
No, ma'am.
What did they end up doing?
Well, it dangled for a while, and then eventually...
What's a while? A day or a month?
Couple months.
A couple months, okay.
And then he took it down, but never put one back up. He just took that one down.
And did anything happen as a result of that?
Yeah, raccoons got in the attic.
And you feel that the lack of gutter is what did that?
That was the entryway, because it wasn't no gutter all the way around the house, from the front to the side to the back. And then it made holes, and we could see the holes of where the creatures was coming in and out, and then we could hear them.
All right, did you complain about that to them?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Okay, so you decide that you're going to leave, and are you on a month-to-month lease at that point?
No, it was up in July, and it was March. So we asked, since he didn't fix the problem with the critters in the attic, like we couldn't sleep, like it became a nuisance, and we couldn't. And I have a child that goes to school, and I go to work, so he wouldn't nothing was done about the creature. So
what would they say when you would call? Who is it you'd speak to?
Don.
All right, and what would he say? Yeah, I'll get to it, or he wouldn't say anything?
Yeah, he'll say, well, I'll find some time. When I get a chance, I'll come.
Why doesn't he send somebody if he's so busy? Did you ever say that to him?
I'm not. I haven't personally. I'm not sure if my mom did. But
okay, so you request to get out of the lease early?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and an agreement is made that your last day is going to be what?
April 5th.
All right. The entire security deposit was how much?
$750.
Okay, and one of the things that they withheld for was rent for the first 5 days in April.
But they told me I had till the 5th to leave.
But that's not the same as telling you, and you can stay 5 days for free.
The agreement we signed said that we had before or by the 5th.
Yes, that's fine.
So
I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
You're translating that to somehow mean that you have 5 free days. And I don't see why. Just because you have until the 5th doesn't mean you don't have to pay until the 5th.
We gave them March rents on the 5th.
Yeah, but your rent's due on the 1st. It's not due on the 5th. Like, in other words, you're giving the rent late, but your rent is due according to your lease. Your rent was due on the 1st. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, you prorated. When you moved in, did you prorate the next month or something? When you give the rent on the... What is your lease, your original, or the lease you were under, what does it say? Is rent due on the 1st or the 5th?
It's due on the 1st.
Oh, if it's due on the 1st, then rent is due on the 1st. You choose to pay it on the 5th because you're keeping it on your side as long as you can, but that doesn't mean rent's due on the 5th. So when you pay March, you've paid March 1 through March 31st. So if you stay until April 5th, that's fine. You have permission to stay until April 5th, and that's fine, but who's going to pay those 5 days' rent? Yeah. So they are entitled to take out for that. And how much did you take out for that?
That came to $133.35.
And how much is rent?
Oh, rent at that point was $800.
Yeah. And then what's the deal with that hanging? That's like such a liability. If anybody cuts themselves on it and you leave it hanging for months, what's the deal with that?
Ma'am, that was removed after a couple days. And as far as the critters, that's news to me.
It's news to you, but...
News to me, they're critters. That's news to me.
Did you ever text them that there's no...
That we had... raccoons upstairs.
They said they could get in. If believe me, I have a.
Oh wait, now wait. Okay. Did she ever mention critters or
no,
never?
She mentioned they can get in, but never said there actually ever was any. So I saved the $500.
You say that you only left that gutter there a couple of days. I'm looking at the text, and she tells you about it.
Okay, could have been a while, but well, okay, not okay.
Did I catch you already? I haven't even done it yet.
You're right,
Give me a chance to cross-examine
you. But ma'am, is that I happen to believe
Okay, she says.
Okay.
She sends you a picture June 14th. Okay, I'll try to fix this week. Okay. And then it's October when she says the gutter in the back is falling more. So, yeah, it's not a couple of days.
Okay.
It's June, July, August, September, October.
Concede
but how do you confuse a couple of days with 4 months?
I concede you. I concede.
No, I don't care that you concede after
no,
I skewered you. I care that you were saying it was a few days when you know it wasn't. Because now that's going to color what I think about the rest of what you say, right? I'm not going to pay rent for you to have the place looking like it's some slum. It's got a thing hanging down which could hurt somebody, and it shouldn't be that. And you as a landlord don't want that. Because if she trips or if she says she tripped, you're dead. All right, let's talk about what you guys withheld. You withheld, let me see, is there like a letter or something? Yes, right?
You should have a letter. I'll copy that.
Okay. And this letter is sent on May 18th. The bathroom, repair the vanity door, $85. Repair medicine cabinet door, $85. Did you actually spend $85 exactly to repair each of these two?
No.
What did you do instead?
I fixed the door myself.
Okay.
And actually I replaced the medicine cabinet at $200. Spent some $200.
Right. Well, let's talk about each of those separately. But my question is, do you have receipts for any of the stuff that you've deducted, or did you do all the work and you are picking a figure to deduct?
I am doing the work, but we also have this settlement chart.
Made by landlords, for landlords.
It was well made by the
I get
the
it
landlord.
though. But that's how you're
as
going.
A guy,
it's how I said that there are no actual receipts, right?
No.
Okay, I got it. What's the relationship between you two?
I'm the property owner. He acts as my agent, and he's also my father.
Yeah, okay.
And business partner.
Yeah.
All right. Were you there during whenever time he's seeing stuff, or you weren't there?
I was there upon move out.
So now let's talk about the vanity door. Let's see a picture of the vanity door in question. How old is the vanity door?
Let's see, we put that in right before the tenant before them, so I'd say 2 years at the most.
How did
or 2.5
that break?
years,
Because
I'm
that
sorry.
does look broken there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's something we seen when we did the final video when we was moving out. So, and we didn't take anything out the bathroom. So,
right, but Okay, that's someone walking into it and breaking it or something, because that's impact I'm looking at.
I'm sure I understand that, but where it's at is the only thing that's right there in front of it is the toilet. So somebody probably would have to kick it from the toilet, but I'm not sure.
But it wasn't given to you that way.
No.
Right. Okay, I got you. All right. Now the medicine cabinet. What's going on here?
That's where it was ripped off there. I had tried to fix it with putty. And,
right, but when you say ripped off, you are using a verb that would assume that they did something to it. Mm-hmm. But if you're putting putty in there, it's because the screws that are put in there fail because it's too wide.
No, ma'am, it was ripped. The door was ripped off. Okay.
How do you know? You weren't there.
How do I know that? Because they don't break themselves.
No, but the moisture in a bathroom could, cause them to start to rot, and then you have to fill the hole again, right?
But what happened was I asked her to send me pictures of it, and down at the bottom there.
So she had complained about it to you.
All of a sudden I got a contact from her about.
Wait, I'm sorry. Back up. When did she complain about it to you?
When it happened.
Hold on. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Like 3-4 months before they moved out.
She says to you what?
That the door fell.
Okay.
Okay. I asked her to send me pictures. Okay. She sends me a picture, and see that at the bottom of that picture there. You see that is a shelf. What had happened? The shelf had fell behind. That was full of cans, and there was one can, because that shelf fell down, was sticking out. Okay. So somebody tried to close it, and you could see it was forced open. Forced it
Where
off.
are you getting that? Where am I seeing that in this picture?
See the shelf at the bottom there?
Yes.
That is a shelf.
Yes, I see in this picture.
And she texted me. I lost the picture somewhere, but
there's a picture that she texted you?
Yes.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find that.
There should be a bunch of cans along the bottom there.
This is the picture you wanted, right? Mm-hmm. We're trying to figure out the cause for it to fail. And if I just open my cabinet and the door falls out, I didn't do anything wrong. If I whack the cabinet, I did something wrong. So I need to be able to see evidence of which, if I just use it in its normal intended use, I didn't do anything wrong. If I put cans there because that's the shelf and I'm supposed to be able to do it, I didn't do anything wrong. So the question is, are these just cheap items and they failed, or did they do something wrong? So tell me what I'm looking at here.
Go lower.
Lower.
Olive oil right there. See how it's sticking past the bottom there?
It's space behind the can.
And the reason
I don't know if there's space behind the can or not.
The reason is because that shelf is behind, has pushed it out.
No.
So when
I don't know about that.
You can.
With that sticking out, you can't.
But what are you suggesting? That somebody, is this a medicine cabinet?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are you suggesting? That she keeps trying to close it because she doesn't know that the can is too big? I don't know. And it does look like there's space behind the can, to be honest with you. Because I'm seeing, see the bottom of the can? So it looks like that can, like this is just a fortuitous. I think you're assuming a lot. Yeah. I don't know that.
I mean, I can't prove
Is there anything else there that would cause you to charge her $85?
And I've never had a medicine cabinet door fail.
Let's put a pin in the medicine cabinet door, and let's go to the next thing that you are withholding for. The damaged shelves. These are shelves that are in the basement, correct?
In the laundry room, yes.
All right. Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, this looks really crappy. Mm-hmm. So please explain to me how much you withheld for this.
I'm going to put $100.
Why? Like, what is it you have to do to get these working again besides take care of all that mold?
That's not mold.
What is it?
It's a basement. That's just cement.
No.
That's not mold. There was no mold in the basement.
Yes, it is.
I don't know. I'm looking at,
I have
it's
a
not
video
mold, ma'am.
of the whole
either way,
wall.
how precious was this that she'd pay $100 if it
we want to lower
failed?
the amount,
come
that's
on.
fine, but she did.
No, the answer's no. All right, let's go to the next one.
That's fine.
Okay. Oh, clean and shampoo carpet. Okay, I'd like to see pictures of the carpet. I didn't see that. Do you have that?
No.
Okay. Replace missing damaged blinds. You do have pictures of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't have the ones that are missing ones, obviously.
But some of them were also damaged,
Just
right?
one. Just three.
All right,
one was
hold
damaged.
on.
There should be a picture of that.
What happened to those blinds?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We never went in there because it was leaking, so maybe my mom lifted it up to open the windows to air out.
All right, and what did you withhold for the blinds?
I think it was like 35. I think it was like 35.
35 up.
Each.
Let's talk about that medicine cabinet door. So she texts you say, about the medicine cabinet door, right?
Mm-hmm.
When do you have a second? This is on January 13th. When do you have a second to stop by and check some things out? You never got around to putting a new gutter, so now we have critters living in the attics and the walls.
It's not true.
No, that's not my question. You said, for news to me, first time I've heard that, but you're not telling me the truth because I'm reading the text that she sent you January 13th.
Because I went up and looked, there weren't any
That's
critters.
not the same as saying she never told me about it. It's news
You're
to
right,
me. You're
ma'am.
very flippant about your testimony.
No, ma'am.
You're under oath, and you need to be less
flippant. She was there for 2
flippant.
years. We have 20 units.
I
don't
know
remember
why you're
every
saying
detail.
to me then categorically. She never told me about the critters. It's the first time I'm hearing this.
I did mean that categorically. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
You don't dispute the final water bill. You agree that that's yours, obviously. Mm-hmm. What was the size of the check they sent you?
$55.
Okay. I find that you're entitled to the rent, of course. I find that you're entitled to something for the vanity. I think 85 is high. I'm going to value that at 50. I find that you are entitled to the water bill, of course. I find that you're not entitled to the shelves. I find that you're not entitled to the medicine cabinet door because you don't have proof that she broke it. The damaged shelves are garbage. They're not worth $100, and I'm kind of offended you included them. Cleaning the carpet is fine if you had a receipt for it, could show me that you rented the machine, could show me that it needed cleaning and shampooing. So no, you can't deduct anything for the carpeting. And frankly, I would be a lot more pushy. If my gutters were hanging down for 4 months, oh, you wouldn't believe the pushy I'd be. So let's see what the total is that I say you can withhold. I find that you can withhold $354.64. I'm ordering you to return $395.36 of the deposit. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails. She is going to get back just under $400. She had been suing for $683. Mr. Taylor, you said you thought you had an ironclad agreement before coming into court today. What happened? It wasn't so ironclad.
We're never allowed to present the agreement. And there's other provisions in the lease that we didn't charge her for, such as late fees, which would have ran up to $1,200. There's also some other things that we did not charge her for that we could have.
Well, look, you had the opportunity to push your case in court. You didn't tell it to the judge. Don't tell it to me. You have to tell it to the judge. All right, thank you very much. Again, your ironclad agreement was not so ironclad. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Taylor, the plaintiff is on her way out of the courtroom now. I'm sure she feels a lot better about coming to court. Ms. Taylor, you didn't get back everything you wanted, but you did get the bulk of it. How do you feel right now?
Good. It's better than the $55 check that they sent initially.
No question about that. Yeah, no question. What have you learned from this whole experience? What do you think?
I guess to make sure I read everything on the lease.
I think that's a good way to put it. All right, well, listen, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so in this case, these items were super old. This really brings me to probably the most common legal dispute that landlords and tenants have about security deposits, and that is that if an item gets damaged or just used up, when is the tenant responsible? If it's a case of normal wear and tear, the tenant is not responsible. Typically, we see this where somebody paints the unit and over time it discolors, or it might be a rug that just gets matted over time. Tenants aren't responsible if it's normal wear and tear.
Can a robocall outfit be sued for injury if a person slips or falls on their way to answer one call, especially if the injury leads to medical bills and a hospital stay?
I love this question, all right? Because who can stand robocalls and telemarketers? I mean, they're brutal. But there's this question here of causation, and in the law, there's a thing called proximate cause. What was the real legal cause of the particular injury? And I would submit probably here there's an intervening cause.
Such as
in between.
your own
like
negligence.
you stepped on a roller skate or a banana peel or something on your way to answer the phone. So it's like, and proximate cause is a funny thing. It can get complicated. You might have, like here's an example. You've got little Johnny sitting on the park bench. He's eating ice cream and he's got a balloon in the other hand. And his grandfather's asleep next to him. You walk by and you go, "Hi, little Johnny." And he says, "Hi." And he lets go of the balloon. It goes up, it hits the tree above you, it pops. Grandpa goes, "Ah!" Hits him in the face and blinds him in one eye.
Wow.
Did you
You've
cause
been
that?
really thinking about this.
Who caused that? Well, little Johnny says, "Well, you caused it."
If you hadn't said hi.
Right. But there are all these other, as it gets more attenuated, like the robocall scenario, you're less likely to collect.
Right.
So in that
you can only get foreseeable damages.
Right. And the real lawsuit that I want that class action for. Give me my time back.
Yeah,
from these darn robocalls and telemarketers, because God only knows if you got compensated for that. Imagine you'd never have to work again.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. With over 122 million parts, you can make sure your number one ride or die stays running smoothly. Brake kits, LED headlights, bumpers, whatever your baby needs, eBay Motors has it. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time. Plus, at these prices, you're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Doreen Hussar. She says she hired the defendant to take in her daughter's prom dress. And when she went in for a fitting, the guy cut the dress up to pieces and changed the whole style of it. Her daughter was devastated. Her dress was ruined. She had to go buy her a brand new one. And she wants a refund of the $549 she paid this hack. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Cleveland Cannon, also known as Cleveland the Tailor. He says he's been sewing for 59 years, and he did exactly as he was instructed by the plaintiff's daughter on the altering of her dress. He did what he was hired to do and is not responsible for buying the plaintiff's prom gown. He's accused of taking a little too much off the top.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says that she hired the defendant to make a prom dress for her daughter, says the guy botched the job and she wants a refund. But the defendant says that he did as instructed by the plaintiff's daughter and owes nothing. It's the case of prom bomb.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Ms. Hussar, what happened?
So I purchased this prom dress for my daughter in April. We brought it to Cleveland the Tailor to have it altered. It needed a little bit off the bottom, some on the sides, and that was it. So when we picked it up a few weeks later, the whole bottom of the dress was missing.
Okay. So do you introduced into evidence some pictures?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the dress. Were you there with your daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
At the first fitting, yes, I was.
Right. So what exactly did you tell him that you wanted?
So we needed just maybe an inch or two off the bottom. And there's, I think it's called a horsehair that's in there. It's like it kind of holds the shape of the dress. So he promised me that he would take that off, take 1 or 2 inches off, whatever it was. He measured it with some chalk. And then he'd put the horsehair back. I told him it would look just like exactly
Where's the horse? Where's what you're calling the horsehair?
So it's on the inside of the dress on the bottom. It's what like holds that ruffly shape.
So is it like metal?
It's like a thick, maybe like a nylon.
And then this is the dress after he altered it. And who picked up the dress?
My daughter.
How old is your daughter?
18.
Okay. And did she say anything to him when she tried it on and picked it up?
So she tried it on. He offered her to try it on, but she didn't know what. Well, first of all, she couldn't see the back of it. Okay, that's the back view of the dress.
What is the complaint, that the train is gone?
The train is gone, and not only is the train gone, it's up higher on one side, about 3 or 4 inches. If you see on the right side, it's not even with the floor on the as the left side is.
Well,
so even if...
Yeah, I'd like to see a full picture in order to see that. Do you have any full pictures?
I don't have a full picture, but I have her right here with the dress on.
Bring her up.
Okay, come on up.
Hey there, darling.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi. It's a beautiful prom dress. So can you stand back and give me a full view of this?
Can you see the bottom?
Can you take a giant step back? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now ask her to turn around slowly. Okay, go ahead and go back to your spot and let me keep talking to you. All right, so your daughter didn't say anything to him. Did she try on the dress over there?
She did.
And she didn't make any complaints. And then she gets home, and what does she say?
She was crying.
Okay.
And she said the dress didn't fit. What did you say when you got home?
Okay, no, switch places with your daughter, please.
Okay.
All right. So when you brought the dress in, did you folks discuss a train versus no train and what the deal was?
Yes, we did, but we also it was very quick. We didn't know what we were thinking. I don't know, it was like a yes or no.
So did you guys tell him to eliminate the train?
No, we wanted it.
And so what is it you asked him to do then? To take it in a little on the sides and what?
We needed the bottom. I had my heels on the whole time, so it looked like what we needed off just a little bit because it was a little too long.
Okay.
So we needed an inch off the bottom, and then I needed the back pinned a little bit, and the back, I can't even zipper the back.
Okay. All right. So when you went to pick up the dress, did you try it on?
I tried it on. I felt rushed because there was someone else in the shop, and there's only one little dressing room. And I felt rushed, and I was like, you know what, this is it. I'll just go home, try it on, and if there's a problem, I'll call
So
back.
did you try it on or you didn't try it on? Which is it?
I did try it on, and then I couldn't zipper the back, so I was like, maybe I just need to go home and do it because I felt rushed.
But why would you feel rushed? You're there in order to try it on and walk out and show him. That's the idea behind being there. So you don't walk out and show him, and does he say anything to you wait, why did you take the dress off? Let me see it.
No, he didn't say that. He was just like, does it fit okay? What he said was, I know what it's supposed to look like, so you're fine. So then I just left.
I'm sorry. So did you say anything to him or you didn't complain? I know you're 18. I know, I got it. You know, I have many of you scattered in my house. I've had 3 daughters. I know that your mother and I can argue all day long, and for you guys, it's just, you're a little more timid. Just a little.
Yeah.
At least with adults, hopefully. All right, I get that. But then when you got home, what did you say to your mother?
I tried it on when I got home, and then I was like, why does it look like this? Why it's too short. I can't even zipper the back. And then she looked at it, and she was like, it's not even on the bottom.
Right.
Because I put my heels on with it.
Right. Did you have your heels on when you had him hem it?
Yeah. That's when he was tracing it with the chalk.
All right, let me talk to your mom. Go ahead and give me your mom. By the way, prom already passed, right?
Yes.
And did you go?
Yes, I did.
And did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Good. All right, now give me back to your mother.
Thank you.
Okay, so when she comes home and she tries it on and she's crying, why does it look like this? It shouldn't be looking like this. What's the first thing you note about it that's wrong?
Well, even if she wore it the way it was with the bottom off, it was crooked. So she couldn't even wear it because it was uneven.
So did you contact the defendant?
Yes.
And what did he say?
He said, it's fine, bring it back and let me see it. And we didn't want to do that. I asked him if he had the piece left because I was told if he had the piece, we could put it back. And he never called me back to tell me if the piece, I had to call him a couple days later. He said he threw the piece away, which is amazing.
Wait, why would that be amazing? If he thought you didn't want a train, that wouldn't be particularly amazing, right?
Well, he threw it away. Like, I guess so. I did want the train. We did want the train. He said,
Okay.
do you want me to take the train off? We said, no.
Okay.
We want the train. So to me, a train is something that goes behind you, not something that's around you. So
I don't know what that
really
means. I don't know what that means. What did you say to him when he said, do you want the train?
We said yes.
I'm going to read to you from your statement. Right before we were leaving, he said, do you want a train? And I said, I did not, as I knew my daughter wouldn't want a train trailing behind her.
I'm sorry.
Plus, it wasn't that type of dress.
You're right. I'm sorry. I was confused. So to me, a train is something that goes behind you. He said, do you want the train? And I said, no, because I didn't understand what a train was. I said, I don't want a train. We just want the dress. He promised me the dress would be the same. It would look the exact same with 2 inches off of the bottom. And it would look the same. I said, it's going to look the same.
But without
right?
a
How
train,
are you gonna...
right? But without a train.
Right.
Because you didn't understand what a train was. But all you got to do is point and say, we want this off. I mean, let me ask him, because I'm trying to understand where the miscommunication happens. Mr. Cannon, how are you?
Fine.
So talk to me and tell me what they wanted on that day.
Okay. When they first came in, they didn't have the shoes, and the dress needed to be taken in the sides. So I said to him, I'll take it in the sides. When you get the shoes, you come back, and I'll do the hem. They came back in with the shoes. They tried it on. Everything was fine. Then I asked if they wanted the train. And the mother says, a train is for a wedding dress.
Right.
You don't want a train. And the daughter says, well, I don't want a train. So I did exactly what they said, no train.
In retrospect, it might have been better to point, or you think that they're just changing their mind about what they wanted? Do you think that there was a miscommunication?
No.
Yes.
No, it wasn't a miscommunication.
I mean that on her part, because she doesn't know what a train is. That's what I mean.
Well, she explained to her daughter what a train was. She says a train goes on a wedding dress.
Right, but okay,
And
so
that's
we've
when
got
the
this
daughter
thing
says-
right on the floor. We've got all this fabric. Do you want this here, or you want the dress to be like this? Did anybody say that? Who said you want this gone and you want it to be like this? Who said that?
It was both. The mother said it first, and then the daughter said, no, I don't want
Okay, my question is this. Did anybody go like this with the fabric and go like this and say, so you want this gone? Or no, everybody just said, do you want a train? No, I don't want a train. Just the words.
Yes, it was just the words.
Nobody said, take this off.
No.
Okay. I don't think she knows what a train. What did you think he meant when he talked about the train? Because he doesn't have fabric from some other place to stick onto the back like a wedding dress. I mean, the only train on that dress is the one that's dragging behind her. So when you say you don't want that, why should that not be clear that you don't want that you just want the dress normal?
I didn't understand, and I said the dress is going to look exactly the same with 2 inches off, right? With the bottom
Except for
the way
minus
it
the
is,
train that you
right?
said you didn't want because it looked too wedding-y, right?
I didn't say anything about a wedding. I never said those words.
What could a train have possibly meant when he asked that?
To me, it was something that flows behind you. I thought he was going to reconstruct the dress to make it be behind, so it's behind you. When I said, are you going to take that piece, the horsehair off inside and put that exactly back? How are you going to get that back? He said, I could take 2 inches off and then put it back. I said, it's going to look the exact same. He said, yes.
What did you think he meant when he asked you whether you wanted a train? That he was going to go out, buy fabric that matched and make something? I think you guys didn't want the train and then you changed your mind and wanted the train.
No.
But I do agree that it was uneven. Why did it look so uneven?
That's why I said to him, when she called me back and asked me if she could have the money back for the alterations. And I said, no, I don't think that's fair because I did all the work on the dress. And I said to her, well, you say it's uneven. I said, but bring it in and whatever's wrong with it, I'll fix it.
Right.
And
because
if I
that can
can't
be
fix
fixed.
it,
the thing that can't be fixed is chopping off the train. And chopping off
putting
the
it back
train
on.
was what you asked for. So that's the part that I'm having difficulty with. Oh, by the way, what did you end up doing for prom?
I bought another dress in a smaller size that fit her perfectly.
Right. Mom to the rescue, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my parents in theory, too. I'm a coming girl and save the day.
Welcome back to the People's Court. So is this a case of the tailor botching the job or a mother and daughter just not agreeing over the dress? Let's go back into the courtroom and find out.
So you had to buy another dress. You bought it in a smaller size and it fit her perfectly?
It did. She had been going to the gym.
Yeah.
So the first dress was a 12 and this dress is a 10. So she put it on and we didn't need to do anything with it.
Right.
So the fact that the back wasn't able to zip is a little strange.
Right, but I see that. But what I need is for you to have gone back there and given him a chance to fix whatever was wrong with it. I see that it doesn't zip up. I see that. But we were talking about a prom in what, April? June
3rd.
This is the reason that you have a fitting at the place. Why did you send the 18-year-old alone to pick it up? What, you were hoping everything would work out well?
I did, and I know Cleveland's been in business for a long time, and I trusted that it would be okay, and I wasn't available to go with her, so she just wanted to go pick it up and figured it would be fine.
Right. When you called Cleveland that day, did you say anything about the train?
Well, we discussed it. I said, the bottom of the dress is off. Do you have the material? And he said, I'll call you. And then he never called me. And I was skeptical about him throwing it away because his place is unbelievable chaos, disaster area. So I didn't know. I figured it was somewhere in a pile somewhere. But all of a sudden, miraculously, that piece of fabric got thrown away amongst other mountains of fabric. So that was strange because we could have put it back.
Can you tell me, Mr. Cannon, when she called you, what was it she complained about?
She said the dress was too short.
Did she say anything about the zipper?
No.
Did she say anything about the train?
She said, she asked me if I could sew the train back on.
Did she say?
And I said, you can't. You can't because...
Okay, wait. She asked you, can we sew the train back on? Did she say why she changed her mind?
No, she didn't say why she changed her mind. I just figured that they had changed their mind. They want the train back on now. But you can't sew it back on. And, after it's taken off, you can't sew it back on.
No.
And then plus, it was over a week or so after I did the dress that, I don't keep the fabric around unless a customer asks, can you save the fabric? Mm-hmm. And I don't save it. I threw it out.
Did she ever say anything about the zipper not going up? You said no, right?
No. When the daughter came in,
did you send any texts or emails, Ms. Husar?
No.
Okay.
No. So I didn't even bring up the zipper part. I wasn't even.
If you didn't bring up the zipper part, then how am I to know that the zipper part actually happened? Ms. Husar, based on what I'm listening to, and now you're not only suing for the alterations, you're suing for the cost of the dress. So he's out all his work, and he has to buy a new prom dress. So that would only happen if I found what happened to be his fault. I want to be very clear about two things here. First of all, it is your fault for not knowing what a train is, although I think you do know what a train is, and I think that you didn't want the train and then you changed your mind on the train.
No,
but it doesn't matter. Let's assume you wanted the train. Let's assume, but lots of times there are dresses that our daughters, we think they're the bomb with the train and the kids just don't want to get stepped on.
That didn't happen.
Fine, let's go your way. You always wanted a train, and then when you were asked, would you like the train? You look at the man and say, instead of, well, what do you mean by that? You say, no, we don't want a train.
I should have done that.
We don't want a train.
I should have asked.
Okay, because that is the train. And it boggles the imagination that you would think something other than that was the train. Because the person you're paying to hem something isn't going to run out and create a big bustle with a button that you attach to the back of a wedding dress. That was never going to happen. There's only one train on that dress. But here's the thing. I agree with you that the thing was uneven. And then he says, bring it back. We'll fix it. You agree. You never even mentioned that the zipper wouldn't go up. And so he can fix the one thing you have a valid complaint about. He can fix, but you don't give him a chance to fix it. So I am not going to rule in your favor. I'm ruling in favor of the defendant.
So the judge finds for the defendant in this case, Ms. Sarr, the plaintiff, does not get the $549 she was seeking. Ms. Sarr, what are you thinking right now?
I think it's not fair. I think he didn't do a good job. He botched the bottom of the dress. She couldn't have even wore it. If she decided to wear it without the train, then she couldn't have even wore it because it was uneven by like 4 inches. So, and the back didn't zipper.
Anyway, I'm sorry for you. You know, the judge has been through this with 3 daughters herself. She knows what she's talking about here. And I'm sorry, you just didn't convince her you should prevail.
It's not true that we didn't.
Mr. Cannon?
Change our mind about the tree.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about this? Do you think you were being wrongly accused of doing a bad job?
Yes, because she said to her daughter, a train is for a wedding dress. And she says, you don't want a train. Everything was fine. And that's why I said to her, I said, well, bring it back in. If there's a problem, I'll fix it.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations. You've prevailed. You've won. You're off the hook.
Okay, Doug, this is a case in the law, we call it mitigation of damages. That if somebody botches a job, a tailoring job, but it can be fixed in a timely way where the daughter doesn't miss the prom, you have to give the guy an opportunity to fix it. And that's generally the case. And if you don't, you're going to lose, as in this case.
Do you ever spend time at the beach in Florida? If so, what is your favorite?
We got plenty of beaches in Florida, but you are the beach person. And I'm like, usually when we go to the beach, I want to stay in the car in the parking lot.
Right, and wait for everybody to come back because you're from Buffalo and you're not used to having sand in your pants.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But we do have some great beaches not too far from us. Miami Beach.
I love
Miami Beach. I
love Miami Beach. And the current mayor of Miami Beach actually introduced us.
That's right.
Right.
Dan.
But I love Miami Beach. I just love it. I love the waves. It's like the most soothing, calming thing on the planet.
There's also a beach only a few miles from our house that is a super short drive. That's the one our daughter goes to.
Yes, to think every day. She just goes over there and meditates for and then she comes back in 20 minutes.
Which would be great if they didn't charge you like $5 to bring your car in.
Oh, they don't charge her. The guy knows her and knows that she's there. She's been doing this since the beginning of high school.
So she's got a
she just goes, looks around, and and calms herself, and then comes back to the house and puts in 4 hours of studying. Yeah.